Warriors, welcome to another important video on my channel. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you want to learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs, click right here. And my friends, today's video is about why the body is the last to catch up to the changes going on in the mind. And why is this topic important? Well, here's why. Because there's a lot of people out there, from what I can see, that are making a lot of progress, but they're making a lot of progress mentally and not so much emotionally and physiologically. So what we want to do is we want to understand why this is the case so that we can align the mind, the body, and the spirit in the direction that we want to go and become anxiety-free once and for all. So let's get into the reasons for why the body is the last to catch up to the changes going on in the mind, okay? Reason number one is because an idea cannot affect the body until it is a belief. Therefore, at a feeling level, it is believed. Understand this, okay? So what this means is you may have some new concepts, such as building trust in your body's ability to heal itself and to leave symptoms alone, for example, right? Or you may have some new associations, new perceptions over people or environments that you meet with, and you just can't seem to tap into the feelings connected to the idea. So we need to understand that if things don't change at a feeling level, this idea, this new idea, will never become a belief. And if it never becomes a belief, then you'll have a very tough time living this out genuinely, okay? So one of the reasons is because, yes, you've got all these great concepts, but you haven't attached enough feeling to those concepts in order to make them belief systems, okay? So feelings play a very vital role in turning an idea into a belief. Therefore, once it becomes a belief, you will be going through your life with a new identity. All that emotional baggage from the past will be left in the past, and you will live in the present and live in a state of creating the future. This is what we want, okay? Reason number two for why the body is the last to catch up. Trauma gets stored in the body, and unless the relationship with the environment or person who was a part of the trauma changes, the body will stay sensitized. This is most likely the most important one, okay? Your relationship with an environment, your relationship with a person must change in order for the body to release the stored trauma that has been compounding all these years. Okay? So what this means is that when you're about to enter into an environment today and you feel a little bit uncertain about it, understand that that's nothing more than an opportunity for you to change the meaning of what took place in your past. When you encounter someone and you feel this nervous feeling, that's an opportunity to prove to your body that being around that person is safe. It's no longer a threat, okay? And here's what's really interesting. This universe, okay, will continue to test you. It will continue to challenge you. Therefore, when you get an anxious moment, it's important for you to see that as a challenge, an opportunity for you to evolve out of your past and your past identity, rather than seeing it as something you have to run from, rather than seeing it as something that's going against you, okay? When you start to feel this anxiousness, this fear, take advantage of that moment and remind yourself that if you can change something, if you can change an interpretation in the present and have a different experience with that environment or that person, then the way your system looks at the past will also change, okay? You can change your past through the present, right? And you can change your present through the past through reframing practices as well, okay? This is very, very deep and something that we must understand. Reason number 3, if a person is hyper-focused on protecting the body, right? The body becomes rigid, right? Hence, the prolonging of symptoms and other problems. So one of the biggest problems is that we are hyper-focused on protecting the body. But isn't this a domino effect? Don't we start really overprotecting our children, right? We become helicopter parents, overprotecting our jobs, our careers. Next thing you know, we are so rigid that we can't see the truth. We can only see the perspective that's coming from the ego/inner child that is looking to protect from and keep everything the way it is, okay? So being hyper-focused on protecting the body is one of those things that keeps the body sensitized and doesn't allow for new ideas to turn into belief systems, my friends, okay? Now, with this, it's very important to put into practice something practical, okay? So here's what we need to do, okay? Find the maladaptive patterns of reactions to stressors. I want you to grab a piece of paper, okay, and a pen, and I want you to write down every single time you feel anxious, you feel fearful, or you feel like you're disconnected, or symptom shows up, or whatever it is, any kind of internal or external challenge. What is the maladaptive pattern that you run in response to that challenge? Write it down. What do you do first? What do you do second? What do you do third? What do you do fourth? Which creates anxiety, creates panic, creates depression within you, okay? If you do this, when you do this, it will reveal to you so many different unconscious patterns that you do that are contributing to keeping the same meaning over your past, okay? And therefore keeping you sensitized in the present, my friends, okay? So let's bring to light some of those things that we unconsciously do that creates more and more and more anxiety. When you do this exercise and it creates more clarity within you, magic is going to happen and the body will start catching up to the changes that you're making in your mind, okay? You can trust in that, okay? But a few changes in mindset must take place first, my friends. And within you, which one of these reasons spoke to you most deeply? I want you to comment below so that we can engage in a dialogue and so that you can inspire other warriors starting today, my friends. Remember that you are more than anxiety. Don't ever forget it. I love you. Have a wonderful day because you deserve it. Bye-bye.